What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray, back with another Gamecock news update. Today, we're talking about a question. Should the Gamecocks join the ACC? Yes, this is a topical video. Yes, I know what you're trying to say. And yes, I think that is a move that should be explored a little bit. But before I go any further, man, do one of three things. One, like the video. Y'all be killing it. Keep liking the videos. 2, hit notification, subscribe, because you're probably not subscribed. Hit notification bell, like you know every time I drop a video. 3, share the video as well. So I've been thinking about this question. I seen an article on the Post and Courier down in Charleston, and I was like, very interesting conversation. South Carolina Gamecocks rejoining the ACC after leaving, becoming independent, and joining the SEC. I believe in the 80s. I believe my history may be giving me wrong, but I think that we need to seriously talk about this. So I'm gonna give you a history lesson about us, joining the ACC, and I'm gonna talk about college expansion and what I think that this leads South Carolina to be. So let's give you a little history question, shall we? So here is what I'm going to say. As early as in 1992, we're reading this article I'm reading this article on a Bleacher Report that happened like 10 years ago, but I'm reading the history report of it, so it's really relevant. It's as early as 1922, the Gamecocks joined the Southern Conference, which formed the roots of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Association. A meeting was held on February 25th, 1921 in Atlanta, Georgia. 14-member schools split from the SIAA in 1921, while USC joined the conference in 1922. 23 member schools made up the conference from 1922 to 1953. 13 members split from the SoCon in 1933, forming the SEC. In 1953, South Carolina, Clemson, Duke, Maryland, North Carolina State, and Wake Forest formed the Atlantic Coast Conference. The Gamecocks would not accomplish much in the ACC from a football standpoint, only winning 2 ACC championships. The 1969 Carolina squad went 7-4 and was undefeated in conference play. The 1971 ACC title was taken away due to an ineligible player. The Gamecocks almost were invited to the Orange Bowl in '56, but the bid did not come. Overall, the Gamecocks were mediocre at best. In basketball, South Carolina was another story. Coach Frank McGuire led the Gamecock Ballers to an undefeated 1970 ACC season, along with an ACC tournament championship. In '71, Carolina qualified for 3 straight Sweet 16 appearances from '71 to '73. So I want to... Let's keep reading. It says hostility of road crowds on Tobacco Road, North Carolina, and unfair economic treatment promoted South Carolina to become an independent school after 1971. While operating as an independent in early years, the Gamecocks would see Jim Carlin and Joe Morrison reach new heights. The Gamecocks reached 6 bowl games and saw 6 teams with 8 wins or more. South Carolina finished 1984, 10-2, ranked 11th in the nation. Joe's team were called Fire Ants and Black Magic due to their swarming defense wearing black jerseys. Coach Morrison died in 1989, and so did the Gamecocks. After many tough seasons as an independent, the Gamecocks joined the SEC in 1991. Although it was a challenging conference, South Carolina has fielded a consistent football program under Brad Scott, Lou Holtz, and Steve Spurrier. Let's stop right there. So a little history lesson. So the reason why, even though this article is old, I brought that into the fold because I want you guys to understand. A lot of the Gamecock fans, we're younger Gamecock fans. I'm a fan since like early 2000, like 2099, 2000, 2001. So my history of the Gamecocks has been about 20 years, but it has been it's more history than 20 years worth of history. We were successful as an independent. We could go that route. I don't know if South Carolina wants to go that route because you got to think what we pick up in football, we lose in basketball, because the ACC is a pretty tough conference when it comes to basketball as well. The SEC is not no joke either, but it's not comparable in basketball to the ACC. So we talk about the two main revenue sports. I'm not talking about other sports, but in football, it brings up a very interesting point. It's like, where do you go when there's 16 teams? You can't have two big old divisions. You can't really have a conference champion because everybody can't play everybody. It was a 12-game season with a non-conference schedule. So you mean to tell me that, let's say we have Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, and then we still got to play Georgia and Florida? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you are able to sustain in a conference where it can really become the have and the have-nots. So that's why what Shane Beamer has to do is get on the recruiting trail, and recruit hard, because expansion is coming whether we like it or not. I know a lot of people understand that, but please understand what I'm trying to say. Expansion is coming. And the ACC is looking kind of green right now. Clemson over there cleaning it up. So for the next 4 years, they'll probably be winning the ACC, every year. Or at least competing for the title. So my question is, why can't we go to the ACC? Why can't we go on a level playing field, and really have a chance to compete? Wouldn't it be crazy if we competing in a division with Clemson for the right to go to the playoffs? And then, who knows? The ACC may even expand to more teams. So there's no conferences. There's no divisions when it comes to the conferences. So if we let's say we lose to Clemson lose to us, we can play them again in the ACC championship game. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking like hearing you guys talk. I'm like, I understand that the SEC is trying to make money, trying to build their brand as big as possible. Heck, I'm hearing that the SEC could be like an NFL type conference where they have 32 teams. If that's the case, then the SEC is probably going to have their own playoff system. So this is going to be the demise of the NCAA, because if the SEC has 32 teams in the conference, why does it need the NCAA to come in and do a championship? It doesn't. And if you have 2 or 3 big conferences, y'all can come together and make a national champion. I mean, you don't have to have the NCAA to step in and to oversight something that you guys already have control over. So I'm just talking right now, man. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Do you think that we should stay? Or heck, go independent. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Again, it's the entertainer, motivator, educator, Lucky Murray, just back with another Gamecock news updates. Not updates, a topical video. We're talking about the ACC. Should South Carolina join the ACC? Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. But like always, it's the next time, people.